If you feel drained after socializing, watch this. You know those people who can spend hours at parties and actually feel better afterward? They get louder, more relaxed, and seem to feed off the energy around them. They never want the night to end. But then there's you. After the same party, you feel empty. Your brain feels foggy. You need to be alone, and you need it badly. That it's not that you're sad or angry. You're just tired in a way that's hard to put into words. Your body craves silence. Your mind keeps replaying every conversation you had, even though you're not trying to think about it. Even when the socializing was fun, it somehow took more from you than it gave back. When this keeps happening, you start thinking something's broken inside you. You tell yourself you're antisocial, or too sensitive, or just bad with people. But here's what psychology actually says. Feeling drained after being around people isn't about you being broken. It's about how your brain and nervous system handle social situations differently than others. Let me explain what's really happening inside your mind and body when you socialize, and why it leaves you so exhausted. When you're talking to someone, you're not just hearing their words. Your brain is doing so much more work than that. You're picking up on tiny pauses. You notice when their voice changes, even slightly. You see tension in their face that others miss. You catch the things they almost said but held back. Most people focus on what's being said. But your mind? It's tracking everything underneath the words. You're reading emotions, sensing when someone feels uncomfortable before they show it, and spotting tension before it becomes a fight. This deeper awareness helps you understand people better. It makes you more empathetic. But it also burns through your mental energy way faster than surface-level chatting does. Here's something important. You're not quiet because you have nothing to say. You're quiet because your brain is already working overtime just to process everything happening around you. If you tried to express everything you're noticing and thinking, it would overwhelm the conversation and drain you even faster. So you hold back. You listen more than you talk. You watch more than you react. This is why socializing feels so heavy, even when the conversation is nice and nobody's fighting. Your energy is getting used up on the inside, long before anyone can see you're tired on the outside. Other people look relaxed while you feel like your brain is full. This isn't anxiety or lack of confidence. It's your mind reading every single layer of what's happening, automatically, without you even trying. Your brain doesn't just skim the surface of reality. It reads deeply, carefully, constantly. That deep reading helps you understand people on a level most never reach. But it also means socializing costs you more energy than it costs them. Your brain is doing invisible work the whole time. Now here's something that might surprise you. Your body knows what's happening in a social situation before your brain catches up. Before you even process the words someone says, your nervous system has already scanned the room for safety, tension, and emotional imbalance. This isn't paranoia. It's pattern recognition that your body learned from years of social experiences. Your system tracks tone of voice, eye contact, pacing, and whether someone's emotions match their words. It notices tiny changes that other people brush off as nothing. Because of this, your body often reacts before you can explain why. You might suddenly feel tired, heavy, or like you need to leave, and you won't know why at first. That feeling is your nervous system telling you it's overloaded. It's not saying you're weak or failing. Your system is highly responsive, which means it values safety and stability over staying in unpredictable situations. It saves energy by pulling back before things get too overwhelming. This happens quietly, without panic or drama. You just feel the need to step away and find your balance again. Other people might think you're not interested or that you're being distant. But really, your system is just regulating itself in a smart, efficient way. Your body isn't rejecting people. It's responding to too much sensory information all at once. If you ignore these signals, they get worse and turn into exhaustion, crankiness, or feeling emotionally numb later. But if you respect them, they protect your clarity and emotional health. That drained feeling is your system's first warning before it demands rest. Listen to it early, and you prevent burnout and protect your ability to connect with people in meaningful ways. After you've been social, your system doesn't want more talking or more stimulation. It wants quiet. It wants stillness. It wants a break from any emotional demands so it can reset itself. Silence lets your nervous system release all the tension it's been holding without being interrupted or pressured. When you're quiet, your thoughts slow down. The emotional impressions from socializing start to settle naturally. This settling process is essential for getting your balance back after being around people for a while. Without silence, those impressions stay unprocessed and keep draining your mental energy. Other people recover by talking more, sharing stories, or staying connected to friends. Your recovery works the opposite way. You need withdrawal, not expansion. This doesn't mean you hate people or avoid connection. It means your system processes social interaction internally before it can feel stable again. Silence gives your emotions room to settle without needing to respond or explain anything. It lets your mind organize what happened instead of constantly reacting. When you don't get this recovery time, exhaustion turns into irritability or emotional numbness. You might feel distant or detached without understanding why. That's not you being cold. That's your nervous system still trying to regulate itself. Being alone isn't isolation for you. It's maintenance. It's how you take care of your mental and emotional health. Time by yourself restores clarity, grounding, and a sense of internal order. Once you're regulated again, you can reconnect with people without feeling resentful or depleted. Silence isn't escape. It's how your system returns to balance. Here's another truth. You don't feel drained because you dislike people or avoid connection on purpose. You feel drained because many interactions offer stimulation without any real meaning or depth. Small talk requires constant effort, but gives you almost nothing in return emotionally or intellectually. Pretending to be interested costs energy when the conversation lacks authenticity or genuine curiosity. Your mind looks for substance, clarity, and intention underneath social exchanges. When conversations stay shallow, your system works harder without getting fed. You give your attention carefully and expect something meaningful back. Without that exchange, fatigue shows up quickly and without warning that you're not being difficult or demanding for wanting deeper conversations. You're simply built to value quality over quantity in social situations. Long conversations don't tire you when depth and honesty are there. Short interactions can exhaust you when they feel fake or empty. Your energy responds to meaning, not to how long or how often you interact with people. This is why being selective about connection feels safer and more sustainable for you. You save energy by choosing fewer but more aligned interactions. Other people can socialize widely without getting tired because their systems filter differently. Your system doesn't filter out meaninglessness easily, and it reacts to shallow interactions physically. Fatigue becomes the signal that guides you toward real connection and away from noise. Listening to that signal protects your emotional well-being. For your system, meaning isn't optional. It's fuel. Finally, understand this. Feeling drained after socializing isn't a problem you need to fix or force yourself to ignore. It's feedback from your system about your limits, your capacity, and what's emotionally sustainable for you. Your body communicates through these subtle signals of fatigue before burnout shows up. Ignoring those signals teaches your system that rest isn't safe or available. Over time, this creates resentment, withdrawal, or emotional shutdown without you even understanding why. Listening instead lets you adjust before exhaustion hardens into permanent distance. You don't need to force yourself to be more social to function well. You need to be more intentional about where your energy goes. Shorter interactions, longer recovery time, and clearer boundaries protect your nervous system. This isn't selfishness. It's intelligent management of your resources. Your energy is limited, and spending it wisely protects your long-term ability to connect with people. When you honor your need for recovery, social interaction becomes sustainable instead of draining. You show up clearer, calmer, and more present when it truly matters. Ignoring your needs doesn't make you stronger. It makes you numb. Respecting them builds real resilience without forcing you to change who you are.